Thank you, Daphne. I'd like to turn your attention to the Southwest breakout page on Passable. Here you can see the agenda and meet each state program manager. And Daphne's showing you the screen right now. We also have a link to all the retail food specialists on the bottom of the page. And we have a conversation about famous foods from our Southwest states. So please feel free to join in right there. And Cherie even started a conversation about beverages. So we'd love to hear your input. During the sessions today, please remember to enter your questions into the chat box in Passable. We're going to address as many questions as we can live, but the chat will also be saved. The speakers can follow up with the responses to the questions that did not get answered live. All right, I'd like to get started this morning and this afternoon. Our first introduction is Kim Destromp, Branch Director for Division of Retail Food Branch 2 at the US FDA. Welcome, Kim.
Thank you, Tricinda, and thank you for inviting me to speak, and welcome everyone to the Southwest breakout session. I have 10 minutes and I tend to talk a lot, so I'm going to try to get through all my slides to let all the better speakers come on and do their thing. So this morning, I just want to go over a few things here that the Office of State Cooperative Programs Division of Retail Food Protection has been working on. And as Tricinda mentioned, my name is Kimberly Destromp, and I am a branch director, branch 2 in our Division of Retail Food Protection. So let's get started. Next slide, please. So I will be talking a little bit about who we are, what we do, how we've adapted in these very unique times, and what we're planning on for the coming future. Next slide. So this is our amazing team, our retail food specialists. They truly are the engine behind what we do. And I have never worked with a more committed, hardworking, dedicated, passionate, and frankly, smartest group of people in my career. I've been with the FDA in multiple positions, and I am truly blessed every day that I get to work on this team. We were fortunate to be able to hire 5 new specialists to our team last year in 2020, and I'm very excited about each and every one of them. Frankly, I think myself and the other branch directors did a very good job of hiring. We are at full staff. We should have 27 specialists. Currently, we are at 23, but we are actively hiring to get to our full staff at some point. But as you all know, the government tends to move at a snail's pace with some of these things, but it is our commitment to get to full staff as soon as we can and to backfill retirements when they do happen. Of course, many of you already know your Southwest specialists. We have Celeste Parker, Mike Nordis, Racinda Davis, Becky Steiner, and I hope that you've had a chance to meet some of our newest specialists that will be covering the Southwest states. Justin Asbury, who's going to be working with Nebraska, Kwanzaa Duggins, who's working with Arkansas, and Alicia Johnson, who will be working with Wyoming. Next slide, please. All right, the National Retail Food Team, as many of you know, is comprised of 4 different offices within the FDA. Our Office of State Cooperative Programs, our Office of Training, Education, and Development, our OTAD, CIFSTAN, our Center for Food Science and Applied Nutrition, and our Office of Partnerships. Over the last 2 years, we have worked extensively together to put together a 5-year FDA National Retail Food Protection Strategic Plan. This plan outlines our mission, our vision, goal, objectives, and our strategies that we're going to use to promote retail food in this great nation. The FDA received considerable stakeholder feedback when developing the strategic plan, and it really was a collective effort of both our internal and our external stakeholders. It highlights the efforts underway by the National Food Safety Regulatory Association and Collaborative, as well as our industry partnerships as well. And it's in alignment with new era of food safety. This strategic plan also sets the strategic direction and foundation for the development of our operational plan. Next slide, please. I am certainly not going to read this slide to you. You can see there's a lot of words there, but something that I do want to highlight is our goal truly is to reduce the occurrence of foodborne illness risk factors in retail food establishments. And there is so much we can do to try to make an impact in that effort. And you'll see we have 3 primary objectives, and these are really focused on, it's almost like the triumvirate of retail food protection. We have to focus on our SLTT, our state, local, tribal, and territorial partners, our industry partners, as well as our internal expertise to promote the programs and food safety. So that is where we're focusing our efforts. And we have a lot of things that we're going to do to make an impact. Next slide, please. So as I mentioned, our efforts are truly in alignment with our collaborative, our industry partners, and New Era. We are no longer working in silos. I know sometimes in the past we've had that perception. Our efforts are cross-cutting across the agency and within our external stakeholders as well. This is intentional and concerted effort to ensure we're working proactively and collaboratively with all of our partners. And we have so many touch points within New Era as well, especially as you heard Frank Yanis mention core elements 3 and 4, which are new business models and retail modernization, as well as food safety culture. And these directly align with our Office of State Cooperative Programs and the work that specialists do for our SLTTs. Next slide, please. The revolution, the food safety revolution. You hear Frank Yanis saying this as well. And what a time to be working in retail food safety. No longer is it just delivery means pizza and that's it. You can have anything and everything brought to your door by app, by computer order, by ESP. I'm not even sure what the future is going to hold, but it is getting more complex and more challenging to navigate as a regulator. It's very exciting, but can also give us quite the headache when we try to figure out where the food safety concerns may arise. And as we know, pathogens are going to evolve with their evolving food safety system and their evolving food processing system. So we need to be on the train, on board, right there with it to keep up the pace. Next slide, please. Technology is ever changing and ever advancing, just as we are, and just as we have to be. We are excited to be continuously offering virtual courses for training. We know that training is a huge need and always has been a huge need. And we're looking for ways to adapt for that changing need. We're going to be doing 50 retail virtual courses with OTED again this coming year. And we know that virtual opportunity has been really great for some of you who are not able to travel, not only just because of the pandemic, but because travel is becoming more difficult and more expensive and harder to fit into your budgets and your timeframes for getting your work done. So that is very exciting. We're also going to be partnering ongoing with our professional associations to deliver national conferences and education sessions, just like this one, which AFTO has done an amazing job with our specialists to put forth for you all. Next slide, please. Of course, I have to mention our flexible funding model. This is years and years in the making. You know, one of the things that we hear over and over is one of the great barriers to working in the program standards is the lack of funding and the lack of money. And we are truly hopeful that this opportunity, our retail food flexible funding model, which we were given $40 million to distribute over 3 years, will help bridge the gap in that effort. This is a fantastic opportunity, whether you're new to program standards, you have been active this entire time, have taken a break and want to come back, or looking to achieve something great within your program. There is all kinds of ways that you can participate and get grant dollars to work on the programs that are truly important to you and your program and your staff. Registration and applications are being accepted now. If you have questions, I encourage you to reach out to your retail food specialist who can help you navigate the ins and outs of the program standards and what you can accomplish within the time periods and with what you've already done so far. Next slide, please. I'm also very excited to discuss a little bit about our plans for our self-assessment verification audit workshop. Some of you may have attended this course in person or this workshop. It is a great opportunity to get a deeper dive into the program standards at whatever level you are at with the program standards, whether you're new or you want a little bit more information or you're looking to audit. We are planning in 2022 to have 2 face-to-face workshops, assuming we can do so safely. The first, we're looking at February in the southeast of the United States, and then before NEHA's AEC in Spokane, Washington, and I believe that is in July. Again, this is an opportunity if you can apply for grant funding potentially within our flexible funding model to attend one of these workshops in person. These are delivered by our retail food specialists and are really fantastic. We have great reviews and they always sell out. Next slide, please. Now, this is something I truly am. It's going to be a game changer, I think, for us. Our self-assessment verification audit workshop has always been face-to-face. We have partnered with OTED and NEHA to develop an online self-paced virtual offering of that course. It's going to be broken up, I believe, by program standard, and it's going to be completely free for all regulators, and it's going to be housed on OTED's learning management system. This is going to be wonderful. I've seen a few snippets of it and they're in development. I'm really excited. This should be available within the next year. So stay tuned if this is something you're interested in. It will be there for you to further your ongoing efforts and program standards. Next slide, please. And then I just want to mention, of course, our National Risk Factor Study. You all hopefully saw the presentation that Mike gave yesterday about the 2015 and 2016 Delhi data collection results. That presentation is available to be delivered by your specialist if you have a need for it at an upcoming seminar or conference or presentation or just a meeting. So please reach out if you're interested in that information and we can get you all set up there. I also do want to mention that as many of you know, our data collection, our second cohort of the Delhi data collection we were working on it last year. When everything shut down, we had to postpone. We are looking forward to starting that up very soon, hopefully by the end of this year, and finishing out that section of the Delhi data collection. So you may hear from a specialist in the near future about setting up Delhi collection observation collections soon. All right, next slide, please. All right, and of course, my favorite part of any presentation is I get to do some shout outs. I just want to mention a few things, some retirements and some shout outs to a few different jurisdictions out there in the Southwest. First, I want to congratulate John Cecil, the program manager from the Wyoming Department of Agriculture, retired this past year, as did Ms. Nancy Beyer, the program manager at the Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services and the Bureau of Environmental Health Services. We thank you so much for your commitment to public health. You are leaving huge shoes to fill, and congratulations on your retirement. I want to give a shout out to the Nebraska Department of Agriculture, who adopted the 2017 Food Code. Woohoo! As you all know, that is no easy feat. So congratulations to all of you in Nebraska. I also want to give a big welcome to Paige Van Loo, who is the interim program manager, filling in for Ms. Nancy Beyer at the Missouri Department of Public Health. Congratulations on your interim role, and we look forward to working with you. And also congratulations are in order for Justin Latham, who is the new program manager for the Wyoming Department of Agriculture. Congratulations on your new role. We're excited to have you. And I also want to thank all of the regulators who participated in CFP this past conference, a very strong turnout. 14 representatives from the Southwest states as council members or alternatives across all 3 councils. So thank you very much. Now, as you know, program standards is a cornerstone of our retail program. Each year, it is our intention to honor those regulatory agencies who have met or exceeded program standard goals over the past year. Today, we want to provide a congratulatory moment for those jurisdictions who achieved program standards milestones over the last 20 months. It was not an easy feat to keep this going while the whole world, frankly, spun out of control. Please take a look at this video to recognize the achievements of your fellow agencies. I cannot give enough credit to all of you, and especially the Kansas Department of Agriculture, on their amazing success in achieving all 9 standards. It is very few who have been able to reach that level on behalf of the agency. We are ecstatic for you.